There you go, so I've laid it on and edged it up. Okay, that's fitted nice. And some light on the subject. There you go, I've marked with a pencil. Ready, so what I've got to do now is saw all of that. Nightmare. Anyway, this will, however, give me an 8-foot piece here, which I can use as a backboard scenery for my own layout. So I'm not going to have scrap wastage. Also got a bit there, so I can do stuff with it. That's step 2. Done. Cut the size. There you go. The reason why I don't live with a woman. Right, well here we go. It's all screwed down. Okay. And all edges drilled and screwed. Plenty in. They're about 15 to 20 centimetres apart, holes. Now, a few bits of advice. Okay. Use nice long screws and countersink them. You can get them right down, you can fill over them. That's the first bit of advice. Second bit of advice, try not to wreck your table by moving things about and gouging marks in the surface. But I mean that's not horrendous. Okay. One last thing, if you are going to be cutting and drilling and screwing on your kitchen table, on your dining room table, sorry, try not to saw chunks out of the bloody thing. This would come as no surprise, of course, to anybody who knows my awesome skills at DIY. I don't know how I've managed that. I thought there was loads of clearance. Obviously, what I thought and what there was is completely different. So now that's completely screwed. So I think I'll just get some sandpaper on that without further ado, and I shall then look at the state of that. Oh man, ruin my table. Like it's just my table, huh? Bugger. Yep, so next stage I'll paint it a bit. Right, so I've done a base coat of grey because I had some grey matte emulsion kicking around. Obviously you don't want to do it in a room with a carpet because you get paint on the floor. You don't want to wear your best trousers because you'll get paint on your best trousers. They're a lovely pair of fat face. But anyway, that's my first coat. I'm going to let that sink in a little bit, or soak in a little bit, and then I'm going to do a second coat. And then what I'll do tomorrow when it's dried a little bit is I'm going to put a bit of filler on here where all my screw holes are. I'll make sure they're all sort of like down a little bit further, and then give it a few more coats. But yeah, it's looking good. I've got it standing up on the legs so you can see, you know, how that's going to look afterwards. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with my afternoon's work. Okay, so I've put 4 coats of grey on, and that's kind of filled a lot of the grain. However, where I put the screws in, I've had to put a bit of poly filler, smooth that down, and this Chinese plywood has a lot of surface imperfections, so put some filler in there, and I'll just whack that with a bit of sandpaper a bit later, and then finish this all off again with a bit more grey paint, and then that'll be done. We'll be ready to start looking at the track and thinking about the track and actually testing if the track works. So yeah, it's coming on. It's coming on. Should be all right for next week.